I used to feel so frazzled in the morning. They could be so chaotic, and I was usually a total mess by 9 a.m. I thought self care was for people with money. No way did I have the time or money for that. But a couple of years ago, I started to remember how much I enjoyed life when I was a study abroad student in Spain. And I started to incorporate some of the things that I had enjoyed back then in that enchanting time into my daily life. Today, I'm sharing the morning routine changes I've made so that I feel really good and grounded in the morning, no spa budget required. But first, let's go back to the past for a second. When I was a young mom, I was a hot mess. There were many days when I never got out of my pajamas. I'd be chasing a toddler around. I had the coffee on 30-second reheat in the microwave 6, 7 times. I'd rush through everything thinking self care, that's for people with nannies and trust funds, certainly not me. I figured it was all silly stuff too, like bubble baths and expensive facials that seemed so frivolous. And honestly, I felt so frumpy and tired and so far from the woman I wanted to be. But then I at some point I started to look back with longing on the time I spent in Spain and like the magical moments and things that I enjoyed there and how elegant the women and girls looked. And I knew they weren't spending hours or fortunes on things because I knew them. They were my friends. It was just little things like sipping a coffee or tying a scarf just so and having a cute little bag on your shoulder. And I realized that I was getting it all wrong. Self care is not indulgence, it's a quiet rebellion against all the chaos, and it's you honoring your own worth. Once I got that in my head, my whole mentality shifted. And over the past couple of years, I've made some tweaks to my morning routine. And now I have a morning routine that I really enjoy, that really grounds me and sets me up well to have a good day. It includes things like a quick 5 minute hair care routine and slipping into some fun slippers that were made in Spain. I've been doing 10 item wardrobes every season for several years now. I'll link that whole playlist down below if it's something you want to hear about. But that helps me do a quick 5 minute outfit every morning. And it's an outfit that I know I'm going to love because every piece I have selected with care and I love all the pieces and they all go together really well. I've worked out a quick 5 minute face that I can do just a little bit of, lip gloss, a little bit of mascara, a little bit of concealer. The whole thing takes 5 minutes, but it makes me feel so much better and more awake. I savor my mocha pot espresso. I love it so much. It's a real treat in the morning. And I try to take a minute and sit down with a glass of lemon water and a cup of espresso and just slow down and pretend I'm at a sidewalk cafe in Spain. Okay, so let's get practical. How do you fit in a quick morning self care routine that grounds you for the day and makes you feel great? I'm going to call it the Senora Encantadora method after my first host mom in Spain, who was such an enchanting lady. And I'm going to take you through the steps that I've worked out. The first step is for me to take care of my face and hair when I wake up and brush my teeth. And I've worked out if I'm not washing my hair that day, I just have a quick 5 minute, I can scrunch it with some gel to kind of revivify my curls and then give my face a wash. So that's the first 5 minutes of a quick 15-minute self-care routine in the morning. My next 5 minutes are definitely making delicious espresso in my mocha pot and sitting down to savor a sip or two. Even if I get up and run off afterwards, just that moment or two is really awesome. Next, a quick glow up. I'll dab on some concealer, a little mascara, a little face balm and lip balm, and I feel so much more awake and more like myself in minutes, anywhere probably about 3 to 5 minutes here if I'm going fast. I might do an 8 minute face sometimes. Beauty honors your dignity. It's like a fine painting, and it just makes me feel like more of myself. So we're up to 15 minutes already there, but I'll try to take 3 to 5 minutes to write down some gratitudes for the day. I love making a daily list of gratitudes. I try to get to 10. Here I am. I type it out on the notes app on my laptop. I don't have a written journal. I suppose that might be nicer, but I tend to lose them, so I never lose my laptop. So I always end up typing something out on my notes app, often right before the kids come up for us to start the school day, and it just sets me up and kind of opens my heart to all of the beauty and enchantment that are in our mundane life. And then finally, a 5 minute outfit. Now, I can pull an outfit out of my armoire and get dressed in 5 minutes because I have done the prior proper planning with the 10-item wardrobe. And so I know that all the pieces will work together, and I know that I really like all of the pieces that are in there. So like I said, I'll link that playlist down below if you want to get into doing that. I love it. It has really changed my life. If I have a bit of extra time in the morning, I might try to make something beautiful, like water my plants or fluff up my flowers. My husband has been buying me beautiful flowers from the grocery store recently, so I've been having flowers all over the place, and I'll just kind of change them out and pull out the dead ones, and it's amazing how this just feeds my spirit. So that's kind of like an extra one. But there you have it. Basically, I've got a 5 minute outfit, a 5 minute drink, a 5 minute hair, a 5 minute makeup. And I guess that might add up to a little bit more than 15 minutes, but it really sets you up for a wonderful day, I have found. And I would love to hear if you're going to give this a try. I hope that you do, or maybe you already have some kind of wonderful morning routine that you could share with all of us and enrich us with your wonderful ideas. Let me know in the comments, and I will look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.